program starting this week, the start of a series of programs, in fact, a four-part series about travel to the islands and about the various modes of transport to the islands at sea since 1950 or since the 1950s. And it's called Ó Mhuir Go Tír, and whether it's a punt or a ferry or whatever, those who live on the islands or travel over and back to the islands will be all too aware that there's various times when it can get a bit hairy and there's a lot of maybe drama attached to the trip and it's far from straightforward. And the woman behind it is Helena Gallagher. This is going to be on TG Ceathair starting this week, but Helena has lived actually in London and Scotland for 30 years and returned home here to Donegal 4 years ago. But as a proud Arranmore Islander, joins us now. Helena, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, good. In many ways, a bit of a mad one for a series of programs. But then when you dig into it, you realise there's going to be some stories here about from various people travelling over and back to the islands and how hairy it was and how difficult it was back in the day.
Yeah, it's as a documentary maker, I suppose I really love capturing stories that we can pass on to the next generation. And for example, growing up in Arranmore, I remember the half deckers. That was a way of life for us. We didn't know any different before the roll on, roll off ferry boats came.
Yes.
So when I was 12 years of age, I had to leave to go to boarding school in Milford. And I remember on the pier on a Sunday night, all the young people from the island from 12 to 18, we left the island. It must have been awful for all the parents left behind. So there was no young people on the island then for Monday to Friday, and we in Milford we only got home every couple of weeks, and being taken away at 12 years of age and put into a convent environment when you were from an island and you were free to roam and you were quite a free spirit. It was really, really difficult. And now it's completely role reversal because kids are traveling from the mainland into Arranmore, capturing those kind of stories of what it was like and how life has changed. And even as well, when people were building houses, all the bricks having to go in and come on and come off. But it was funny, we had a screening in Arranmore at the weekend, and there was over 100 people turned up for it. And people were laughing at points that I didn't think they'd laugh at, because I've watched it 100 times now, because I've filmed it and I've edited it. And I don't know, you're doing radio programs, you get fed up listening to them because you're constantly editing. But at the screening on Saturday,